Ohio State's been really, really good. The defending national champs. The last 10 years, 115 wins, 16 losses. Under Ryan Day, 75 wins, 10 losses. An absolute juggernaut. But they go to Champaign this weekend to take on a pretty good Illinois team. Is a visit to Champaign a trap for the Buckeyes or another chance for them to be dominant? Let's break it down. Teddy covers from WagerTalk.com with a big game breakdown for Saturday. Early start action in college football, noon Eastern time, 9 a.m. here on the left coast. We've got the Buckeyes. Looking at my Odds Logic live odds screen. Minus 14 on the road, total sitting in the 49 range. Our 49 and a half and 49 and 48 and a half out there right now. So there is some variance on the total. But the side pretty much painted minus 14. There are a couple 14 and a halves out there. But, you know, Ohio State has quietly been destroying everybody. All right? They had the marquee win over Texas in week 1. That's somewhat devalued now. Obviously, Arch Manning hasn't lived up to expectations, shall we say, and the Longhorns off a bad loss last week. So that win's been a little bit devalued for the Buckeyes. Doesn't mean it wasn't good at the time. 5-0 straight up, 4-0-1 against the spread, depending on how you grade that 28-point win over Ohio U. Opponents against Ohio State this year, against that defense, they have not reached 10 points in any game. They've allowed 7, 0, 9, 6, and 3 points. And they've beaten some decent teams in the mix. Obviously, maybe Texas isn't as good as we thought they were, but they're certainly decent. You know, they're a pretty good team. Minnesota, Washington. Again, we're not talking about juggernauts, the last two, but they haven't just been beating up on patsies, is what I'm saying. Now, Illinois hasn't had a bye week yet, and in my mind, that's meaningful at this stage of the campaign. They'll be playing their 7th game in a row without a break. They're 5-1 straight up, 5-1 against the spread, and they've been making money for their backers too. A decent betting bandwagon for the Illini, and yet they're still 14-point home dogs to Ohio State, which tells us how good this Buckeyes team is and how much the betting market respects Ohio State. Deservedly so. So 5-1 straight up, 5-1 ATS for Illinois, but the one loss came against Indiana. And he talked about it after the game. Brett Bielema talked about it after the game, saying, yeah, they're kind of like Ohio State in terms of their skill position talent, for what it's worth. But they responded the right way off that Indiana loss. The outright upset against USC the following week, and then the blowout over Purdue last week. And when we talk about recent series history, I'm not worried about the recent series history in this series at all. Why? Because there is none. The last 3 meetings, yes, 52-14 Ohio State, 28-3 Ohio State, 55-14 Ohio State. But the most recent of those came in 2017. That was an Urban Meyer versus Lovie Smith coaching matchup. It's been a while since these two teams have faced each other. The Illini last home win against Ohio State came in 1991. Been a while for that too. Last win in the series came in 2007. Ohio State 9-0 straight up, 6-3 against the spread since. So Illinois, you know, we talked about Ohio State's defense. They haven't given up 10 in every game yet. Illinois' defense has been pretty good too. That said, it's a lot about takeaways. They've created 10 takeaways this season. Only 2 interceptions, 8 fumble recoveries. The fumble luck has been there for the Illini. If they get the fumble luck here, they'll be live to win this game as well. That said, 5 of the 10 takeaways came in one game at Duke. And when we talk about takeaways and turnovers, that's probably the only way Illinois can win this ball game. I want to talk about these 2 quarterbacks, but first, I want to ask you guys a simple favor. If you like this type of analysis, hit that like button. Done. Thank you. Comment below. Tell us what you think about Ohio State, Illinois, or any of the other games in college football this weekend. And if you haven't done so already, subscribe to the Wager Talk YouTube channel. More than 222,000 of you have already subscribed to this channel. Lots of free info every day. You'll get instant alerts when these videos go live. So like, comment, subscribe. I'm running pretty good of late. I really have 10-3 college football run that dates back to September, 77%. 15-5 MLB playoff heater, 75%. 64% all sports run over the last 2.5 plus weeks. So we're making money for the clients right now. Check out my homepage, wt.buzz/TC. We've got a weekend warrior package for $49. We've got a weekly package. Great deal on a 3-month pass right now. Where you get an extra month absolutely free. Whatever type of package you're looking for, you can find it. wt.buzz/TC, or just visit wagertalk.com and get on board for a pretty good run. What's been a pretty good run. I expect it to continue this coming weekend. So let's talk about these two quarterbacks right now. All right, Luke Altmaier for Illinois. 12 touchdown passes, 0 interceptions so far this season. Last 2 games, he's gone 39 of 48, 81% completions, 718 yards, 300 plus in both games, 3 touchdowns. That being said, you cannot compare USC's defense to Ohio State, and you certainly cannot compare Purdue's defense to Ohio State. So a big step up in class for Altmaier in this game. Now, Julian Sayin, so far this season, has thrown a combined total of 25 incomplete passes. All right. I mean, number 1 in the country, 80% completions, full season numbers. He's got Jeremiah Smith and Cornell Tate, who have combined for 900 receiving yards through 5 games, 59 receptions, 10 touchdowns between them. That's exactly what Illinois couldn't handle when they faced Indiana, with the elite receivers and the big play passing game. Buckeyes, number 1 in the country in yards per play margin, plus 3.6 yards per play so far this season. That's insane. Obviously, it's not going to last full season like that, but it tells how well the Buckeyes and how much they've been dominating. Again, when you're outgaining your opponents by 3.6 yards per play, you're doing something right. Defense, number 1 in the country, giving up just 5 points a game. The QB is saying number 1 in the country, 80% completions. I ain't stepping in front of the Buckeyes. All right, Ohio State or pass for this better in early start action on Saturday. Appreciate those likes, appreciate the follows, appreciate the comments. Check out my page, wt.buzz/TC. 77% college football run coming into the weekend. See if we can keep it going. Thanks for watching. Best of luck with all your bets. And be sure to stay tuned right here on Wager Talk TV for more quality video content. Cheers.